What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Seth the Lawn Surgeon, and you already know what time it is. Tipsy talk. Alright people, first of all, yes, I'm in my car, but no, I'm not driving. If you can see in the background there, I'm at my house. Only reason I'm in here, bro, it's been a long week, and I'm gonna tell the story of this whole week and how I ended up in my truck. But anywho, I had a good week this week, and this week was filled with a lesson and two blessings. So I'm gonna get into that. I feel like you have to have lessons, especially in business or whatever, to grow. Well, let me just start at the beginning. Monday, y'all know Monday is my maintenance day, right? By the way, sipping on bourbon. I just got home cutting all day. As you can see, it's cut. You can see that condensation. With my neighbor, I think he went to go do some work. He got a little lawn care business too. Monday is my maintenance day, right? So Mondays I usually go out. Well, I mean, I usually don't go out. I usually change blades, change oils or whatnot, change oil and whatnot. Or if I got some makeup yards to do, which I did this Monday, I went out and I cut those yards. So in the midst of cutting those yards, I mean, all while I was cutting those yards, I felt great. I felt fantastic, right? On my way home, my tummy started to feel a little funny. Needless to say, without going into too much detail, by the time I got home, I had a stomach virus. And let's just say I lost legit 7 pounds in one night. Mind you, I'm out cutting grass, feeling fantastic that morning, that afternoon, that evening, and overnight, 7 pounds. It was crazy. And so, as I've told y'all before, I go and I do wiring with my dad's friend every Tuesday and Wednesday. And so, the same way, you know, I expect for someone to pay me consistently, I figured that person would expect me to keep my word, and I told him I will be available every Tuesday and Wednesday to help him out. So I keep my word, you know, no matter how I feel or whatever, I'm gonna go out. And so that morning I called and I said, you know, y'all at the building? This is an apartment building that we work at. He said, no, actually, you know, they had an emergency call out. They heading out of town. You know, they said we got one guy over there, but he's just doing really cleanup work. You know what I mean? He was like, you could go out there. And so basically, I would have went out there just kind of to fiddle around, not really do anything. And I should have been at home resting up. You know what I mean? Because by this point, I'm 7 pounds dehydrated. So, I said, you know what? I told him, I said, I got a stomach virus anyway. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna rest up. He said, yeah, that's what's up. So I go home. It's about 10:30 at this point after I drop my daughter off. And I sit on the couch. I stay on the couch from 10:30 to 2:30. Did not move. And as I'm sitting on the couch, my lesson hit me. Like I said, I got one lesson, two blessings. The first lesson in this was that if I don't go to work, I don't get paid. You know what I mean? For 12 years, well actually 14 years, I've been working for the state, I could take a week off, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Guess what? My check was gonna be the same. Not in the real world, baby. But that's the you know, the cost of being an entrepreneur, full time. And so, like I said, I've been making all these videos these last couple of weeks. Oh, it's great, it's fantastic. But y'all know me, I like to make the videos of the situations that you don't see. You know, a lot of people make all the fantastic situations. This is a situation you don't see. A lot of people don't talk about what happens when you get sick with a full-time lawn care business. What happens if you get injured or can't go to work. So that's why I'm making this video. Anywho, yeah, I'm just sitting there thinking. I stayed there all that evening. That evening when my wife gets home, you know, she comes home, she can go up, get into bed. She was like, you should come, you know, get into bed. And I said, you know what, I'll come, you know, lay down because I need to get more rest. You know what I mean? I want to be ready for tomorrow, Wednesday. Getting to bed, bro, I get shivers. I feel like it's cold. I'm like, is it cold in here? Is it just me? You know, it's just me. I'm shivering. And so I'm thinking I'm hoping this is the virus trying to fight its way out. My body trying to force this virus out. So, you know, I go to sleep that night, totally uncomfortable sleep. Wake up like 1:30 in the morning. And I couldn't really, I was just restless, you know what I mean? But when I wake up in the morning, right, I feel great again. I feel like, okay, you know, I felt like I was at 80%. Keyword, felt. So, go drop my daughter off. Call them up. Y'all at the building? Yeah, we here. I'm okay, cool. I'm on my way. You know, feeling 80%. Stop, get some Gatorade, get some ginger ale, water, all that. I'm prepared, you know. I get to the building, bro. Now, mind you, when I first started working with them a month or so ago, they was working on this apartment building. And they do low voltage wiring, if I haven't told y'all, which is cable, internet, stuff like that. And we have been working from the bottom floor up. It's 4-floor apartment. We did the first floor, second floor, third floor. Coincidentally, this time we're way up on the 4th floor, which is normally not that bad, right? Like, I go here and, you know, I work. And let me give y'all a picture of these conditions. I'm not saying it's bad conditions, but it's normal conditions, what you would expect, because it's like an apartment building with no AC. The only air you get is the air if there's windows open. So whenever we working in a room and we can open the windows, we open it to get some flow. But for the most part, it's hot. It's usually hotter in the building than it is outside. So if it's 95 outside, it's probably 100 plus in the building. But that's nothing to me because I cut grass in 100 degrees all the time, 95, 90. It's nothing to me. So I'll be in there working all day long. I get there this time. Mind you, I feel like 80%. I feel like myself, I'm back to normal. 80% Seth, the lawn surgeon, can do work. I go up 1 flight of stairs, great. 2nd flight of stairs, 3rd flight of stairs, whew. I had to take a break on the 3rd flight of stairs. And by the time I got to the 4th flight, I felt like I've been working all day. Not to mention it's like 95 plus that day. And I'm like, bro, like, how am I gonna make it throughout today? So that's when my first blessing hit in my mind. When I got to that 4th flight of stairs. It was a blessing that they went out of town, because normally they there at that building. They have a timeline to get that building finished, but they had an emergency call out for probably another important customer. They had to get that done. Coincidentally, it was the day I had the stomach virus. If that hadn't happened, I would have went there on Tuesday and I would have passed out. I would have passed out. And so I struggled that whole day. I do not know how I made it through, because I ain't no chump. I struggled throughout that whole day. Like I said, it was weird. Like, the hardest part was going up the stairs. Once I got up on the floor and I could walk around, it's fine. Like I said, as long as I'm on level ground, I'm cool. You know, I could walk around. Whenever I had to go up the ladder, because that, mind you, we running that wire through the ceiling, so you got to constantly go up and down ladders. Going up and down that ladder was a struggle, bro. So somehow I worked till 3 o'clock. Once we got 3 o'clock, I came home on Wednesday, yesterday, and I laid on the couch. So a little behind the scenes with me, for those who don't know, which y'all probably don't know because I never said it, most of the time my videos is like last minute editing. That's why they be late sometimes. I say 6 o'clock, it might come out between 6:30, 7. It's because I might go up through the day cutting, or I go out wiring. I get home 3 or 4 o'clock and I edit the video. And I started rendering. So basically, once I started rendering at between 4 and 5 o'clock, y'all get the video exactly when I finish rendering it. Same thing as today, which I'm gonna get to today. Yeah, so I came home that day, 3:30. I hit the couch. Talk about tired, bro. And not, I did 10,000, between 10 12,000 steps. I got a watch, a tick watch, and it counts my steps. 10 to 12,000 steps. So we was working, and I said, you know, I'm gonna lay here for like 30 minutes, an hour. You know, about 4 o'clock or something, I'll get up, edit a video, post it for Wednesday. Bruh, I had set an alarm, because I have an alarm to go pick up my daughter. So, you know, and so I was out until that alarm went off. And I just had to get up and go get my daughter. And by the time I got my daughter, it's like, I was too tired to do anything. So that was Wednesday. And here comes the second blessing. I always tell people, it's meant for me to do this lawn care. It's meant. Because I always get in rough situations, but for some reason, there's always a way for me to get out of it. It's like, I'm getting tested, but at the same time, you know, some people get in situations, their truck breaks down, they don't have any other vehicle to tow their equipment, they don't have any U-Hauls available, and they just have to call the customers and say, I can't come. I have never been in a situation where I couldn't get work done. I just might have to go through some loops or some hoops. Just like, you know, when both my commercial mowers went down, I got to use the Mustang. Okay, it's gonna take me longer. I might have to bump some yards to the next day because it took me so long to cut it with the smaller, slower mower, but I'm still getting it done. The blessing in this situation was I just got my ProTurn back, my zero turn. And today, Thursday, was my long day. One of my long days. Which I know it might not be long for y'all. I know y'all cutting 20, 30 yards in a day. But for me, at this point, this is my long day. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 yards. So that's my long day. So I was still feeling fatigued, but if it wasn't for me getting that ProTurn back, imagine how I would have felt. You know what I mean? Out there standing up on that Pro stance or on that slow Mustang, which both of them I love and both of them cut grass, but just being able to sit back on that comfortable ProTurn, blessing. So that's how I got through this day. Like I said, I feel like I'm 90%. I was a little, normally, like I said, I'm not irritated by the heat. I was a little bit more irritated by the heat, and that was possibly because I was still partially dehydrated. But I could sit back and relax and cruise on a ProTurn. So yeah, lessons and blessings. And let me talk about why I'm in the truck. So it's so crazy. So like I said, I get home, I said, all right, I got enough time to edit a video, do this tipsy talk or whatever. So I get everything set up. I go to my usual spot in my shed, which I love the shed right there because it has good light for my videos. And flies are everywhere, bro. I guess it must be this hot day. And for it's kind of funny because I found this out a couple weeks ago. Whenever it's hot, it's gonna be, you're gonna see more ant and fly activity, and that's because they're looking for water. If it's hot, all the water's dried up, they're looking for water. So I tried to do the tipsy talk in the shed, it didn't work out. And so flies is everywhere, and so I said, man, next best place is in here. Now I tried the house, but I hate the lighting in the house. It always look orange. So this is the next best place. So I'm in here chilling, and yes sir. So like I said, when stuff bad happens, don't let it get you down, because it might not be that bad. It might just be a lesson. And it's most of the time there's always a blessing in the lesson. So they go that way. Anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. Yes, sir.